I'm so bored, bro. All two of my friends are busy. I get no play. I might as well try out this character AI thing. Oh, what the heck? Oh, hey. Hello, Mr. Honda. I haven't seen you in a while. I like your new mustache. Thank you, thank you. You know, just trying to change up my appearance. So many people, looking for me these days. So, what were you doing under my bed? Oh, I heard you talking about something like character AI. What's all that about? Oh, I was gonna download it and try it out because I have nothing else to do right now. SOGU, don't you know how detrimental that is to your mental health? Not only that, but the environment as well. The more you know. Oh, I had no idea. Yeah, and if you really want to experience the dating world, there's like dating simulators. You know that, right? I have like 87 recommendations I could give you, if you want them, of course. Could you tell me about a beginner-friendly one instead? Yeah, no, for sure. A popular one in the community is Our Life Beginnings and Always. Oh my gosh, that one is a classic, bro. You should definitely play it. Oh, but listen, I gotta bounce, so if anybody comes around looking for me, I was never here, okay? Oh, okay. Hey, Skater Base. I just recorded an entire gameplay with no audio because I didn't realize that OBS wasn't recording. You'd think almost 20 videos in, I would know to double check before I play a whole game. But no. What I'm gonna force myself to do is replay the game and fake my reactions as punishment. I hope you enjoy Skater Base, because I know I won't. Our Life, Beginnings and Always. And let me show you guys for proof. I played for around 30 minutes. And you know what I'm gonna do now? New file. I'm just gonna skip all of this because I read it already. But just know I read all of this. I read all of this. And it's not gonna make it in the video. Any of it. Character customization. Gonna do this all over again. I love how much customization there is in this game. It's truly delectable. Alright guys, this is who I'm gonna go for. This is gonna be SOGU. Litness. That's so funny. I made this joke in my last video that had no audio in it. And as you can see, I made my eyes gray to reflect how I feel inside at the moment. I'm gonna give myself a scar on the side of my eye for some lore, some rosy cheeks, some freckles as acne scars, and I'm gonna make my hands slender because my hands are slender in real life. They're pretty long too. We're gonna overwrite the slot that I first made. Are we watching, guys? Look. Summer in Sunset Bird was a special time of year where usually sleepy town began to bustle. It was a popular tourist destination with people coming from all over to enjoy the beach, the weather, and the relaxation that came with both. The smell of the ocean, crisp and salty, hung in the air, bringing 3 whole months of schoolless vacation with it. During the summer, your mom didn't like Your mom didn't like you to wander too far outside of your neighborhood, so you knew the area pretty well. That included the people. Families came and went from Sunset Bird, but they mostly stayed and did what your mom called putting down roots. They built businesses, they got to know each other, and they definitely said hello to the nice young kids who waved when passing their stores. Going for a walk around town mostly meant that the familiar, friendly residents waved, or asked how your family was, or most often just said hello. You didn't really get why they always had to say hi. They saw you every day, but you nodded back at them anyway. This one is really kind of pessimistic. You ended up saying hi to a lot of different people since most of the tourists that came and went every summer were the same ones. You were too anxious to say hi back to most of the other residents that greeted you, but they all know you well enough to expect that. This one is giving like known loner. This one is giving very outgoing, and I want my character to be outgoing, so we're gonna go with this one. You enjoyed learning all about where they were visiting from and hoped to visit those places one day too. But today, there was a man sitting out on the curb outside your house. He was sitting with his head in his hands, his whole body slumped over, and you wondered if he was even a real person or a statue that had magically sprung up from the ground overnight. Whoever, or whatever he was, you had never seen him before. One thing about knowing everyone in Sunset Bird was that people who you didn't recognize really stood out. It was rare for tourists to venture into the residential district, as your moms called it. So for you, not knowing who a total stranger was set off a lot of red flags. Your moms had to talk with you and your big sister Lizzie about this kind of situation before. You hadn't exactly been listening at the time. You'd think it could be okay to talk to new people. Are you dumb? But other types of people can help you even if you don't know them. It's true. But still. Are you dumb? You remember that it's okay to run away if you feel uncomfortable. You don't have to worry about being polite then. That's true. Honestly, I would run away. Or like, just keep walking. I would never do this in real life, but like, just talk to them. You weren't sure about this man yet. Still, you felt a bit scared knowing that he was blocking the way to your front door. But you were pretty interested. You wanted to know more about what was going on. Whether he was nice or not, you didn't want to be bothered. I would definitely feel scared. But my character is like an outgoing, not really scared of nothing type of person, so we're gonna do this one. You slowed down, your eyes remaining fixed on the man. There was a split second where your eyes met and you knew he was aware he wasn't alone on the street anymore. Hey! You raised your eyebrows at the shout. Did he want something? Is that why he was here? The man stood up and started to make his way toward you. Not wanting to seem too approachable, you folded your arms and stared. Still unsure about him, but willing to be friendly, you offered the stranger a smile. Your whole body was frozen in place as he approached. Dude, in real life, I'm running the other way immediately, like no. But for my character, I'm gonna stand my ground. So, he looks like such a surfer boy. What in the world? Do you live around here? Oh. Do you live around here? What's your name? You looked the man up and down, taking in his tan skin and relaxed appearance. At least his clothes were relaxed. The way he was acting wasn't. He had sharks on his shorts and a stingray tattoo, and you wondered if he was obsessed with the ocean or something. I'm not gonna lie, his shark shorts are really lit. I need to know where he got those from immediately. While you made your assessment, he looked at you expectantly, waiting for an answer to his question. These answers are as dumb as flip, bro. Yeah, I live here. I live right there. My name is SOGU. You continued to say nothing. The only correct answer would be the fourth option. Run the other way. Like, stranger danger, bro. But I would never say I live here. Never say that you live there. Don't say you live there and your name. So I'm just gonna say nothing. If you do. He rubbed the back of his neck uncomfortably, giving you a small smile. Interesting. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a clean $20 bill. It crinkled in his hand as he held it up to you. Even more confused than before, you looked back at him. Well, could you do me a favor? Nothing bad. Sorry, let me start over. Wait, that actually does sound really sus. Like, what do you mean, can I do you a favor? What? What are you talking about? He cleared his throat and stood up straighter. From where you were standing, it just made him look creepier. I have a son. His name is Cove. Who's about your age. Cove. That seemed like a strange name for an actual living person to you, real. You chewed on the inside of your cheek. This guy was definitely obsessed with water. You thought that was pretty cool. I do think that's pretty cool, actually. You've never met anyone with that name. We moved in across the street, see? He gestured toward the house that had been empty for a year, his watch catching the late afternoon sunlight and reflecting off the walls. The gigantic for sale sign was finally gone. You must be SOGU litness, right? I met your moms earlier, and they told me you were 8, just like him, so... Just like who? He shook the $20 bill to bring it back to your attention, a hopeful smile tilting his lips at the corners. Can you try to be friends with the boy? What boy? Oh, his son. Just give it a chance and you can keep this. He's a good kid. You'll like him. But you've got to keep it a secret too, okay? It wouldn't be friendly to say his dad sent you. I mean, there's not a lot I wouldn't do for $20, so this is light work. You eyed the man. You kind of felt sorry for Cove. Did other kids really get their parents to pay for friendships? Had your moms done that for you and Lizzie? The thought made you frown. What do you say? Want to make a deal? Well, yes. You took the bill. You carefully plucked the bill from his outstretched hand, grinning at the thought of what you could do with that much cash. All the sweets you could ever want. You could buy a ticket for the newest movie at the cinema. There was a cute stuffed animal you had seen in a store in town. Let me show you guys something. Do you see the amount of stuffed animals I have? Yeah. Give me that stuffed animal. Quickly. Immediately. I don't have to see any more. Stuffed animal. I was gonna be able to come home with you. And that was just a start, you thought. The sky was the limit with that kind of amount. The man smiled at you, his eyes crinkling at the sides as he did. It was gonna, oh. I can go back with the scroll thingy? That's lit. Oh my gosh. Great. That's great. I'll bring him by tomorrow. I wanted him to meet and greet with the neighbors today, but, well, I don't know where he's gone off to. He laughed when he said that, but with the way his face looked, you thought he actually wanted to cry. Dang, what's going on with you guys? If you see him, can you tell him to come on home? He's got a pink cast and glasses. You can't miss it. Can I keep this either way? Sure thing. I can try. Okay. Can I keep this either way? I have plans. He chuckled at you and rested his hands on his hips. You sure can. Litness. The man smiled and reached out to pat you on the head. Paused before doing so, then pulled his hand away instead. Smart choice. Your moms are already checking around for me. Such a thoughtful group you are. Now I better go look too. Can't put everyone else to work while I keep sitting here. I thought you might come back and that's not what's important. I have to go. Thanks again, SOGU. So much. No problem, Bob. He jogged off down the street without another word. You decided to check the hills behind your house. Why is that the first place I chose to... Anyways. Step 1. First sight. Oh my gosh! The chirping of crickets in the tall grass greeted you, quiet and familiar. From the top of the hill you could see the ocean. As you walked, you listened to the crash of the waves on the shore and the seagulls squawking as they settled down for the night. You've always loved the ocean. It was so much fun. You loved to hear stories about the sea, about merfolk and the sea serpents you imagined living far beneath the waves. You didn't enjoy the beach at all, especially the sand, which got absolutely everywhere. Real. I love to hear stories about the sea, which is not a lie. I actually really love like mermaids and stuff. Sometimes you could almost convince yourself you had seen the flash of a shiny mermaid's tail in the distance. You took in a deep breath. You wanted to try to relax and cut it. You weren't sure what, but something told you that you weren't alone, so you glanced around. Interesting. He kind of looks like if kelp came to life.
It's twin now!
There was a boy sitting at the top of one hill, almost completely hidden.
Hi everybody.
There was a boy sitting at the top of one hill, almost completely hidden within the long grass, and white flowers surrounding him. His head was buried in his knees, staring ahead by himself. For whatever reason, probably just that he wasn't paying attention, he hadn't noticed you yet. You watched him a minute longer, feeling a little bit like you'd found a deer in the wild. Though deer didn't have wavy eyebrows. That's something I noticed too, like what? But this new boy did. Where are you going? Why are you leaving? You weren't sure what else in the world had eyebrows like that, if there was anything. After a few more seconds, you took a step forward, then another, and then he glanced your way. Boy, why you sad at me like that, boy? His aquamarine eyes reflected the light of the moon. You stopped, raising a hand to acknowledge him, and showing you weren't scary. Hi. Hey, Space Cadet. Are you lost? Why would I say, hey, Space Cadet? Like, that's so random. Are you lost, baby girl? Are you lost? With a start, he jumped to his feet, his hands balling into fists at his sides. You trying to scrap? What in the world? He didn't say anything, just stared at you in a strange way. You trying to get busy or what? Uncurl your hands like the flip? He had been crying. There were traces of tears on his cheeks and his knees, soaking the hem of his shorts, and his eyes were still shining with a few more. You obviously caught him off guard. Bro, look at this man's fit, bro. Oh my gosh. A tank top tucked into cargo shorts with the Mr. Crab belt. Boy, your drip is all the way off, but whatever. His pink cast seemed to glow in the twilight, though when he caught you staring at it, he hid his arm behind his back. Something the man earlier had said stuck out to you. Cove? Eyes wide, he studied you. How do you know that? You touched the money in your pocket, feeling it crinkle beneath your fingertips. Your dad paid me to come talk to you, little boy. I met your dad. I'm all-knowing. Lucky guess. I'm all-knowing. That's a lie. Tell the truth. Boy, how do you know that I'm lying? You don't know nothing about me. I could literally be... I could be a witch and you don't even know. Like, okay, your dad told me who you were. So, is this your hill? He gestured with his uninjured arm to the patch of grass surrounding you, his face falling at the prospect. I can leave if it is. Yep. You can't own a hill. You shook your head. Boy, you can't own a hill, boy. Why not? How could you? You just do. I had a hill back home. Well, this still isn't mine. Oh. He sat back down with a thump, resting his chin on his knees again. Curious about the strange new boy with the odd dad, you sat on the patch of grass next to him. The pure white flowers that covered this hill rocked back and forth gently as the stars twinkled above. The way they dotted the sky made them seem like flowers too. The night wind was cool, as if it traveled over the ocean and up the hill, chasing away the heat from the afternoon sun. Why are you here? Why'd your family move? Why are you here? Like, why'd you run away from your dad? Oh, brother. A quiet hiccup escaped Cove as soon as you asked the question. Almost like they'd never stopped. They'd never stopped. His tears started up again with a vengeance. Oh my god. Boy, stop crying, boy. My parents. They don't want to live together with me anymore. The tears fell fast and heavy over his flushed cheeks, sticking in his dark lashes. My mom made my dad leave, and he took me with him. And now we have a house here, and I want to go home. Okay, that actually is pretty sad. I'm sorry. The outburst took you off guard. By the time he was done wailing, Cole's chest was heaving with exhaustion. He sniffled and removed his glasses, wiping at his eyes with the back of his hand before he put them back on again. I hate this place. I want my real life back. I want my mom. Oh, Cove. I'm sorry. Your dad seems kind of nice. You'll like it here. You just have to get used to it. Stop crying. I'm not gonna lie. The first time I played this, I picked stop crying, but I kind of feel bad now. You'll like it here. You just have to get used to it. He slipped his hands underneath his glasses and pressed his fingers against his eyelids. Cove wound himself up again for another long crying fit. Oh my gosh, dude. I can't even be like, boy, shut up. Because, like, his parents got divorced and he had to move away from his mom. Like, oh my gosh. Sunset Bird was a nice place to live. It had a beach, playgrounds, a good school. At least you thought so. But from way off in the distance, you heard your parents. SOGU! Kids, where did you go? Cove looked at you, tears still clinging to his cheeks. Don't tell them we're here.
I want to go home.
Cove, I don't want to go back to that house. I want to go home. You can handle it. You have to go. Don't worry so much. Sorry, I have to. It'll be okay. Dude. It'll be okay. You were struck by a sudden need to reassure Cove. It's not gonna all be fun, but isn't he your family too? Yeah, I guess. Then you can count on him when you really, really need him. You shot him a grin and pushed yourself to your feet. Slowly, Cove stood up with you, still looking a little reluctant. His dad's voice rang out again. Cove, can you hear me? He looked toward the sound of his dad's voice, silent, then turned away while rubbing his not bandaged arm. Sorry, I still don't want to go. You called out yourself. You waited silently with him. You tried to convince him. The first time I played, I chose you called out yourself, like thinking that it was gonna be like a cute moment where I go, like, Cove, come back. But it was actually me, like, calling out to the parents, and then he got mad at me. So, Let's do... Should I wait silently with him or try to convince him? He seems like the type that would appreciate me just silently waiting with him. Yeah, I get it. You do? Before you could answer, you heard Cove's dad, even closer than before. There you are, bud. The trio of parents appeared over the curve of the hill. Instantly, all their eyes landed on you and they rushed over. Oh my gosh, it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. Both of your moms were at your side in a split second, faces filled with worry. SOGU, you're here after all. We had been at the park to check for Cove, and then heard what happened earlier when you met with the new neighbor. I thought you might have gone off further away. No, we were just sitting in the grass. Why is everybody acting like this is such a big thing? We're okay, don't worry. Cove didn't want to go home just yet. I'm not gonna put him on the spot like that. I don't think he would like that. No, we were just sitting in the grass. Thank gosh you're fine. Were you two having fun out here? You looked over at Cove, who was wiggling against his dad's tight hug and pushing at his arms. You shrugged. Yes, I like him. He's good. I think I'm gonna marry him. Hello? No, I don't think so. You shrugged. I don't know. He's new here. It was okay. Finally letting go of his squirming, scowling son, Cove's dad turned to the three of you. Bro, Cove looks like such a little twerp over here, oh my gosh. Thanks very much for finding him. Oh, thanks very much for finding him. I really don't know this neighborhood. Good thing SOGU knows this whole area so well. Absolutely. We should be getting home now. It's been a long day for us all. Say goodbye, Cove. Boy. Bye-bye. The two of them walked off into the darkness, heading toward the neighborhood. You watched Cove's bright pink cast until it disappeared. Tell you what, we'll have a proper playdate tomorrow, okay? Your new friend's dad wanted to bring him by to see you and Lizzie. How does that sound? Sure, can I show him my stuff? It sounds like words. You nodded, ducking your head. It sounds like words. Both of your moms laughed, the sounds overlapping into a warm, familiar chorus. Mommy put her arm around your shoulder and led you towards the path. Satisfied and more than a little ready to go to bed after your long, exciting day, you followed them home. Choose your feelings for Cove. This is how you feel towards Cove for this step. It can change in later steps. Alright, so at the moment, I'll feel relaxed. Like, he told me about why he moved, so, and I'm fond of him. I suppose so. I would put indifferent, but like, I have to make them story progress, so. You won't be able to change it until step 2. Yeah, relaxed fondness. Oh, by the way, I'm Lebanese. I'm saying it in code because, yeah. But, I'm just playing this because people said it was really good, and I don't really mind when the love interest is not, yeah, so. Just thought I'd point that out. Okay. At the breakfast table the next morning, you finished your food faster than usual. Your sister Lizzie had run out earlier to go play, but you stayed put. Today, just like your moms had promised, Cove was coming over to hang out. Excited to see your new friend again, SOGU? Yeah, I am.
How sweet.
With that said, are you done with your breakfast? Yeah. I don't know, am I? Your bowl was entirely empty, so you nodded. I don't know, am I? You gestured down to the empty dish in front of you, raising your eyebrows dramatically. Okay, we see. Good job, he should be here soon. Cleanup began and then, on cue, there was a knock. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud, though. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I know. SOGU, could you get it? Wiggling out of your chair without really pushing it back, you made your way to the door. Hey, Litness family, thanks for having us. Mr. Holden, so his name is Cove Holden. Mr. Holden, as your moms have called him, and his son were here. Cove looked different in the bright lighting of your living room, and when he wasn't crying. With his dad standing in front of him and mom and mommy behind you, you and Cove looked at each other. Pleased to see your new friend again, you smiled at Cove. He smiled back with some hesitation. Oh my gosh, he looks so cute. You twisted the threaded bracelet on your wrist. Since I'm kind of wearing a crystal bracelet right now, I'm gonna choose crystal. Oh, by the way, shout out to my bestie, because she got her coworker to make this for me. Peep the drip, just some light. Let's go play in my room. Okay. Let us know if you need anything, you two. Have fun, kids. See you later soon. See you later, son. Play nice. You led him to your room, puffing out your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. There were lots of stuffed animals, a cool bed, and window to look out. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it to in a while, but you were really proud of it. He leaned in a little to one of your drawings on the wall. I like this. Me too. I drew that. Thank you. I don't. Girl, why would you say I don't? Thank you. You're welcome. Oh my god, this is so cute. You smiled at him. You were proud of that particular piece of art, and you were glad he noticed it. He turned to look around the room a little more, studying the books on your desk and the pictures on the walls. You started to feel a bit nervous. You felt the atmosphere was kind of awkward. You were glad for the company. You hoped he liked your room. You were glad for the company. It was nice to have someone new to play with. Then his eyes landed on your tiny box of bee stings you'd collected tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it before hesitating and pointing at it instead. Green flag. He didn't just go on my stuff. Okay then. What's that? A hoard of stuff I found on the beach. Do you have any driftwood in there? Why would I have driftwood? Anyways, dragging the box into the middle of the room, you and Cove flopped down next to it. I think so. Yeah, see? You gestured to a piece at the bottom, still covered with specks of sand. Neat. This is a good collection. Why, thank you. You got the sense from the tone of his voice that he wasn't just saying it to be nice or to be like Shiloh. Who's Shiloh? He actually meant it. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Shiloh's gonna be here today. Shiloh? That's what I'm saying. Lizzie's friend, or like her #1 fan, I guess? Do I have to see him? Bro, you don't even know him, bruh. It should be okay. I mean, he's Lizzie's friend, not mine, but you know. Come on, check out my shell some more. I found this one under a big piece of seaweed that had washed ashore, and you pulled out seashell after seashell, explaining where you got in each one and holding them up against the light. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them... Why is he smiling at me like that? Like, what in the world? I think he has a crush on me. Like 8-year-old me in the game. He's smiling so fondly, like, bro, we just met yesterday. Most of them washed off in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Over the past few years, you'd even learned some of their scientific names. The collection was so huge and varied that you had lots of funny stories to tell for all of them. Your voice faltered a little bit, but you kept going as best as you could. I'm gonna choose this one. Apparently fascinated, either by the stories or by the shells themselves, Cove listened with what looked like the full force of his attention, like when you almost got pinched by your hermit crab while searching for shells, and after watching him scuttle back into the ocean you found another empty shell that was almost a twin to his home. It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus. But Cove hadn't been mean to you. You didn't mind. You smiled at him every now and then while showing him your collection. Kids, come down to the living room. You could tell the idea was making him unhappy, but Mommy wasn't giving you much of a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this meeting you. You guess it was because he thinks you found each other by accident, not that a parent made it happen. Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove his dad was part of that would be a bad idea. It definitely would, like he would definitely tweak out, bro. Before you knew it, you'd both been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room, ready for Shiloh's visit. The two of you sat side by side on the floor of your home's entryway. I brought the box of shells. I want to keep looking at them. Great. Okay, but be careful. You should have asked. I mean, I don't want to be mean. I'm not gonna tweak out about it. I mean, okay, but be careful, I guess. I will. I wonder how Shiloh was gonna look. But guys, so far this game is amazing. I love the customization, the way you can choose how you feel about him during the steps and whatever. Like, hello, that's so fun. Like, everything is so customized to your gameplay. I love that so much. So far, I mean, Cove is cool beans. I mean, like, he just had to move because his parents got divorced. So of course he's gonna be like kind of iffy about moving in general. You know what, he's been pretty nice to me so far. He's smiling at me and stuff, so You know, I'm gonna let it slide. I hope you guys are enjoying the game so far because I know I am. See you later, skaters.
She's trying to fix somebody, so attention, girl, on